What's up, everybody?
Hey.
Nice to see everyone. Welcome to, let's see, episode 32. We're rolling right along here, even with a little hiatus. So how is everybody? I'll start with the ladies first. Blue, how are you doing?
Good. Thanks for asking.
All right. Jump over to the other side. We got Alban.
I'm good. Glad
Kicking
to
the
be
New
here.
York Knicks there. Is that what we got going on?
Rangers.
Rangers. Okay. All right. Yeah. You're not a Knicks fan yet, huh?
No. Well, I am because of the New York
Rangers.
team,
Isn't
but
that hockey?
Yeah, I'm a big hockey fan. I don't really, not a big basketball player.
Ah, you look like a basketball player.
I know, but I look meaner on the ice.
I bet you get that speed going. It's like,
Yeah.
You'd fit up here perfect, Alban. We got rinks everywhere.
Yeah, I know that.
How you doing, Roger? Thanks for joining us.
I'm well. Thanks for having me.
Yep. And we got over here to my left, down at the bottom, Mr. Andrew.
Hello.
Look at that. And he's still, I swear that beard gets thicker every time we see him too.
Yeah.
What's it been? 2 weeks he's been growing that beard.
He doesn't look like Carl Pilkington any longer.
Yeah, you're right. It's true. It's true. Which someone was telling me about a new TV show. Your Honor, His Honor, Your Honor?
Your Honor.
Yeah, one of the guys I work with said says it's a good show. So.
It's really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd like it.
Good. Yeah, I might check this out because I know that he was talking about it and giving me a gist of what it's about. So we got that. Let's see. Let me go ahead and get my my tabs ready before we go any farther.
Funny, I got in the door, made a tea, put on my PJs because that's the first thing I do when I get in the door. And then Todd sent me the link. I'm like, I haven't even unwound yet.
All right, so Patty D, thank you for joining us. Tim, thanks for joining us. Eddie G over there. Eddie's kicking it. He's here. Nice to see you. The Beach. Nice to see him here.
And this sucks. I like both these films, so I have nothing to complain about.
You'll find something. We're pretty sure about that.
Well, it's my pick this week, so I'm sure I'll be happy about that.
Yeah, he's like, he's waiting. Illegitimate humans. Nice to see you, Daldum. Thanks for joining. So we got that. So, and I posted in the show notes, folks. If you would like to join the Telegram group, it's in the show notes, so you can check it out. Join the Telegram group where you can vote, play or pass for those. Because for some reason last week we had not a single person that liked Wonder Woman, but lo and behold, 50% of the votes for Wonder Woman were pass. I mean, a play. It was 50-50 play pass, and on the show we had 0 plays.
Yeah.
So a bunch of scared people, voting on the sly
in an anonymous zone.
Yeah.
You know what? Todd and I talked about this earlier, and you guys know that I chose Searching for Bobby Fischer because it's one of my favorite movies. And he's like, what if everybody hated it? I go, it's not going to change the fact that I'm still going to watch it once a year like I always do.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Can't wait for that one.
Honey, I'll wait till you're out drinking with the boys. How about that?
Okay. Good. Because, yeah. So which one do we want to do first? Do we have...
do Rogers first.
Okay. So that would be Hancock.
First, so.
All right. You good with that, Roger?
Yeah, I'm good.
Roger. Beady beady. Then we've got, so you want to be first or last?
I'll go last.
Want to go last. Okay. So, folks, let's go ahead. We're going to go to...
Andrew.
Andrew. Andrew wants to be first? What?
Me, please. Yes, please.
All right. So, we got Hancock, and go ahead.
I watched this one well in advance. Watched it at least 2 days ago, so I'm well prepared. Hancock. When Roger said he was picking this one last week, I first thought I had was I like that movie. I like Will Smith, and I remembered like all the action bits from the beginning of the movie. But I always could never remember how it ended. Like for some reason, I just could not remember the end of the movie. I could remember like the start and like the middle, but not the end. And then after watching it again, I remember why I didn't remember the end, because I only remember the good bits, like the action, and like I like the idea of a superhero. That was like not like a superhero. He's kind of like an anti-hero.
Yep.
But my God, the story is absolute shit. It's like it's one of the it's just a point. It doesn't make no sense whatsoever. And I remembered when I was watching, I was like, oh yeah, this is one of this is one of the stupidest stories that I've ever watched. And they not sorry, Roger. I'm gonna
Oh,
I'm
no
going
worries.
yeah,
No
I'm
worries.
going in a
No
bit.
worries.
I mean, I love the acting and I love the actors in it, and I hate that little kid, by the way, a little prick. Yes,
Michelle.
asshole,
Michelle?
asshole,
Yep.
Asshole.
Michelle, asshole. Say asshole one more time. No, but the reason I did not enjoy this as much as I remember was because I just didn't get the story. Like she's superhuman as well as he is. Technically they're married, and then she says to him, because he doesn't remember what's happened. Like obviously because he had a massive cut on the head, and he lost his. I guess he lost his memory and all that. So she was filling them in once they found out about her, and she said, "Oh, we're made in pairs, but anytime we get close to each other, there's disasters happen, and also we're put on the planet. What was it? Something about we were made like this so we could grow old, so we could grow old together, and live a normal life and die as humans." And I was like, well, hold on a second. Could you not just be normal human beings to have that kind of life? Why do you have to be superheroes? And also, you can't just grow together and have a normal life, because you just said every time you get close to each other, there's like some sort of like even when they're fighting each other in the city and all the fucking tornadoes are hitting and the lightning and that. I was like, I did not understand the purpose of why they were there, and it was explained absolutely poorly. But other than that, I liked Will Smith in it, and I liked Jason as a Jason
Jason Bateman.
Bateman. I liked him in this. This is probably one of the first movies I really remember. Like one of the first movies I remember seeing him in, and obviously Charlize Theron is an absolute babe who just
Yeah,
does not
she
seem
is.
to age. She was great. She's just, she's lovely. They're all good in it. I just like the story is off putting and it's stupid. And the kid is just not a very good actor either. So yeah, like I just wanted to quickly jump on while it was fresh in my mind and see if like go first. But I wouldn't say by any means it's not a horrible movie. It's just the plot just does not make sense the further you go into the movie. And that's it from me. Sorry.
Blue, you want to go?
All right, Blue.
Me?
Yep.
You had your hand up.
You
right?
had your hand up.
I like this movie. I don't like it as much as the first time I saw it, but I mean, okay, so going off of some of Andrew's points, I liked the idea of the way it was. I liked the idea that these guys were like immortal beings, basically, that can only experience actual humanity if they stayed together. But every time these two did, like everybody else died off because they were. I don't think mishaps happened to all of them, but I think somehow these two just seem to be really unlucky every time they're together. So it was for me. I was okay with the backstory of the two of them because I liked the idea, and I loved the end of it. I love the end where she's died and he's trying to get as far away from her as he possibly can so he can get his powers back and she can get and then he ends up bringing her back to life. I thought that was neat. I do agree though that it was like there wasn't enough of that. Like when this movie was over, I liked it the first time I saw it. I wanted a sequel. I wanted a sequel with more of these people. I wanted to see their backstory, where they're from. Like, you know what I mean? I wanted more of that, which this didn't have any of it in it. It just had a little talking, but like it didn't even flash to past experiences with them, which would have been neat, showing them in their gear like 80 years ago. And you know what I mean? I would walk.
I just want to say quickly that's what I felt was the other movie that we just saw Charlie's in.
Yeah,
Old
the
Guard.
Old Guard.
Yeah, Old Guard. That's where I guess they, got,
you know what?
these stories from.
It totally reminded me of that, though. Like just her and the being. Yeah, I thought that was neat. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for me. I still liked it. I mean, would I watch it again? Yeah, I probably would. Just because I like it, because it's so sad. Like he's so sad. He's such a disaster. And then to find out why, and Jason Bateman's just cute in it, and I don't know. Like it's not great, but yeah, it's definitely, for me, it's definitely watchable. But I wish they had made I guess a prequel. I would have liked to have seen a prequel to that, but it never happened. So that's it for me.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead, Alban.
I'll go. Just to continue, I don't know. I felt the same way that you guys felt. That you forget what happened with this movie every time you watch it. You know what I mean? It's like, because even just now we started to say, oh, well, how did the ending? Oh, and then I had to finally remember. Oh, yeah, that's right. He was off on, someplace else, and she was with Jason Bateman, and and that was it. But I do like the movie. I still would end up watching it again. I see that the Beach just put out up there that they're supposed to make a Hancock too. I don't know if I'd can actually see how they would really do that.
Well, that was a while back ago. That's 12 years ago when the movie was made. So I think they were supposed. I think he's saying that they were supposed to make it.
We're supposed to.
I think that it was probably said, I didn't make enough money.
Right? Maybe. But Hollywood now, they'll find a way to redo anything.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good story. I liked the effects. I thought were really pretty neat. But I think I'd watch it again though. I liked it. Okay.
All right. That'd be me.
Okay.
I liked it. What I like about it, it reminded me a little bit of
The Boys.
what's the superhero in Red?
Red Daredevil.
No, the sarcastic one.
Deadpool.
Deadpool.
A little bit of Deadpool because I like the humor in it, because this is a little bit, because there at the beginning he's a little bit dry and sarcastic, and he's a drunk. And this little kid cracked me up because I'm like, he's a TV star in like one of those TV shows that I was watching where he's like the little smart kid.
Was he Malcolm in the Middle?
Malcolm in the Middle, the little
Malcolm in the Middle.
So he was on that, and I was like, I remember him. And it seemed to me they had numerous little cameos of different people. Special effects was great. One of the things was when the big destruction, when he went in the first scene where he goes and grabs those guys and takes them all around the city and like runs into buildings and runs in, and I'm like, how much collateral damage? And then they tell you, oh, it's like $9 million worth of damage to stop this one guy, this one set of guys. So I thought that was kind of funny. One of the things that I kind of pulled away from it was I think how you feel about yourself sometimes reflects in how you treat others. And he felt so bad. He had very low self-esteem, because he said in the one part where they're at dinner, he says, something happened to me. I don't know who I was in the hospital. I had amnesia. And he says, what kind of piece of shit was I if nobody claimed me?
Yeah.
And that's that. You got to think that was what was going through his head all the time, because people get those little tapes going on in their heads. So I thought that was an interesting part. I agree with everyone that her being the superhero, I thought that would work, but I thought how it clashed together. They didn't work that really well together. that part of the storyline. I think the first part, him being an anti-hero kind of thing, everyone hated him, and Jason saying, "Hey, we're gonna make you a hero, and we're gonna make people like you. You even got to wear a little suit." He says, "I'm not wearing that suit." I mean, it was like those parts I really liked. I thought that's funny, that's witty, turns his public image around. I thought that was a great idea how they did that. But with him and Charlize, I think that could have been out. That I didn't think that had to be in there. And if it needed to be in there, I think that it was done not good. Not good. I don't think it was done well.
Yeah, you needed some backstory.
Yeah, it needed something else. But I liked it. I can say that I liked it all the way up until that part. But I loved the wittiness of it, the sarcastic. You know, when Will Smith is being sarcastic, I love that. I mean, I cracked up at that. So I liked a lot of that. One of the things that I actually laughed out loud is when Jason finds out about Charlize it being a superhero, super strength or whatever. And he says, "Don't you think this would have been something you would have told me on the first date, maybe?" You know, and I cracked up because I thought that's funny because on your first date you would think, yeah, I'm a superhero, I got super strengths, but she wanted to be normal as much as she could. But then but my thing was about when they talked about when they all got together. So all the other ones died, because they were together, because they became mortal and they grew old because they couldn't stand being away from each other. So it's like, I loved this person so much, I'm willing to die because I need to be close to him. That's what I kind of got from that. But again, it's so vague.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand the storms and the tornadoes. Just
that I didn't get either.
I'm like, all right, so I can understand super strength and okay, but then you created weather. But that part there to me was a minor dislike. I thought the rest of it, I liked it more than I disliked it.
I liked when he called her crazy and she did like him and she's like, "Call me crazy one more time."
Yeah.
And Daldum was saying too, and it was funny. Good job. Good job.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
the cops and stuff. Good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah. And he's like, struggling to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He says,
I did. Sorry, go on, carry on.
No, well, I did find it funny though when Jason tells him, he says, "You need to tell the police they did a good job." He says, "If they're doing a good job, they wouldn't need me." And I was like, "That's funny."
Yeah.
Andrew.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Andrew.
I was just thinking about it while you were all talking there, and I think the reason I started to get a bit down on the movie was because they made Jason Bateman's character so likable. Like, he's such a nice guy, and he just wants to save the world. No, but follow us on this one because they made him so likable. Like, you really liked him, and you liked him and Charlize together. They they seem like a really nice couple, a nice married couple. But then they threw Will Smith and her together as an attraction between the two, and I kind of felt uneasy with it. I didn't like it. I liked her being the wife that's just protective of the husband and doesn't want him to get hurt, rather than her having this secret attraction to Will Smith and him having the secret attraction to her. Just made it kind of sleazy, and I just didn't like that the way they played that off. It was
completely uncomfortable, yeah. But at the same time, they've been together thousands of years. You know what I mean?
But she was kind of cheating on her new husband.
Yeah, I know, but they're like soulmates. They just can't help it, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was that was uncomfortable.
They should have give Jason Bateman some flaws, and then we would have been okay with it.
Yeah, they should have. Yeah, should have done. Use some of those flaws that he was in when he was in Ozark. You liked him, but you didn't always like him in Ozark. So
like the part 2 where he got drunk and Hancock put him in bed, and he's like, "Oh, Hancock tucked me in."
Yeah, then
the one thing
Hancock went downstairs to have a play with his wife.
I banged it out downstairs. I was like, "Whoa." Yeah, I was with you, Andrew, because I was kind of like, "Don't you dare sleep with her! Don't you dare!"
Yeah,
because I'm thinking,
But when you think about it, you remember when Hancock took that girl that he met and he brought her back to his
Yep.
his place,
Mhm.
and he ended up blowing a load right through the place.
Through the trailer.
So really, how good of a job was Jason Bateman doing? You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh, that
Yeah,
just went.
No.
That yeah, he can't hold a candle to that.
right. You know what I mean? She's been
Hey,
faking
Dinah.
on him all along. She ain't never had no real orgasm with him,
Yeah, she would have squished him or something.
Right, you know what I
Remember,
mean?
remember in the boys where that girl was like riding that dude's face and then she crushed his head?
Oh,
Yep, I do remember that.
we're going off track
I-
here.
Yeah, we are
Yeah.
going off track.
Yeah.
Here, Roger.
Next thing you know,
Todd,
kicked off
Todd, are you done? Todd, are you
Yeah,
done?
I'm
Okay.
done. I'm done. Thanks.
Well, I picked this movie because I hadn't watched it in probably over 10 years. And I remember that I liked it, and like Andrew, I did not remember how it ended.
Yeah.
But it has four things that I really like. I really like comic book movies. I really like Charlize. I really like Jason Bateman, and I really like Will Smith. So it has four things that I like, and I did enjoy this movie the second time. I'll agree with Andrew that the writing was a little lacking in towards the end of it, but overall, I thought it held up pretty well for being 15 years old or however old it is. The special effects were pretty good. The acting was top notch. I love all those guys, so I enjoyed it.
Like that part where the one dude's head was up the other dude's ass. That looked real.
Yeah, that was hilarious. That was one of my laugh out loud parts, because at the beginning of the movie, he threatens the three guys in the car that he's going to put his head up his ass, his head up his ass, and you're the odd man out. Your head's going up my ass, and then in prison, he actually does put somebody's heads up somebody's ass. So obviously, that's one of his go-to moves.
Well, and the best part about that whole scene is you hear the rip of the guy's clothes, and you see all the dudes go, "Oh!"
Yeah. So
the stupid thing
one
as well.
guy's like throwing up.
Yes, the stupid thing from that whole scene as well is that he says, "Oh, I'm guessing I put most of you guys in here," and they're all like, "Yeah." So they all know who he is. So they all know he's a superhero. He's got like superhuman powers, but they're still trying to step up to him, like they're going to do.
I was
what
wondering
we're
about
expecting to happen.
Maybe they're thinking because he
I mean,
gave
probably
himself
not
up
someone's head to get
on the street.
of somebody's else, but they're going to.
But
I mean, when a superhero threatens to do that to you, you'd think he'd go, "Oh yeah, okay, maybe I'll back off a little bit."
I enjoyed his AA meetings that he attended, where he just said pass. Personal. I got caught with like a fucking gram of weed in Florida 15 years ago and got put on probation, and part of the probation was I had to go to AA classes. I hadn't taken a drink of alcohol in like 30 years at this point. And I had to go to AA classes every week for 6 months and get my thing signed. And about the fifth time that I was, because I would just go and just stare at the ceiling the whole time. And finally the guy was like, "Why are you here?" And I explained that the judge is making me go because I got caught with a gram of weed. And he goes, "Do you have to come for 6 more?" Well, at this time it was like 4.5 more months. And I said, "Yeah." And he just went to his computer and printed up appropriate number of pages and signed them all, so I never had to come back the rest of the 6 months.
For a gram of weed.
Yeah, for a gram of weed.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, that's what I call being out of weed generally. But
start getting a little nervous.
Exactly.
Hey, you ain't sharing it with nobody. You're like, "Hey, I'm out." No.
Yeah.
But no.
But yeah, all in all, I enjoyed Hancock, and I probably would watch it again in about 10 years.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Charlize went from
probably
looking
would
like
as
a housewife to super hot there, right? When she did the makeup. Woo.
Yeah, she's
Oh
hot.
yeah,
Yes, he is.
when she goes to meet him at the trailer and she
Yeah.
comes out of the car and oh my god, smoking hot.
Yeah.
But like I said, there's 4 things that I really like: comic book movies, Jason Bateman, Will Smith, and Charlize Theron, and this movie has all of them. So,
Mhm.
and it
Yeah.
does have a weak
Will
script. I'll
Smith
give
gets
you that.
yeah.
Peter
The
Berg
script is
made
weak.
it.
I think Will Smith gets a bad rap.
Yeah. Peter Berg made it. Peter Berg's made a lot of interesting stuff, like Battleship. He actually made some good stuff. He might have made Copland back in the day. Remember with Stallone and
Mhm.
so his stuff is usually, and he's always. I'm pretty sure he's always does a cameo in his movies.
Yeah, he does.
But I like his stuff usually. Usually it's, I mean, Battleship. I actually enjoyed Battleship. But it was like totally cheesy. But I mean, I still liked it. I thought it was kind of cool. Okay, on to the next one.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're moving on. So, and we will post links for you guys to join in on the panel, and you can talk about both the movies. So let me close this one out,
And you can vote on it in Telegram.
in the Telegram, you can go ahead and get your vote on. Get your vote. Get your vote on. All right. Yeah, a little bit something there for you.
My God.
Blue, this is your movie, Searching for Bobby Fischer, 1993. Would you like to be first or last on
I'm
this?
gonna go last this time. I usually go first on mine, but
Okay.
I'm gonna go last.
All right. I'll go first. How about, wait. Hey, I'm sorry, Alban. You had your hand up. Go.
No,
I'm sorry.
you could go. You could go. Go once first.
Okay.
Okay.
I love this movie. I really enjoyed it, even though it's not chock full of action and all kinds of stuff that normally is my go-to on movies, sci-fi and all that stuff. But I enjoyed it. I liked the little boy.
He was awesome.
It's like he had a natural gift, like people that you know Mozart that walks up to an instrument and can play right off the bat, and it's like in his head things were rolling. I really enjoyed it. And to me, when I wrote down here, I said he does all this with no effort. Some of the funny parts in it when he first goes to the chess tournament, and these parents are like just like animals at these chess tournaments, and they put all the parents down in a cage, and the kids are playing upstairs playing chess, but all the parents are down locked up in a cage.
I see when he kicked them out and all the kids started clapping. Like, thank God.
I found that really funny. And I didn't realize about the time with them doing the time. You like a certain amount of time to play all your moves, so you couldn't stretch it out. Enjoyed it. Heartwarming story, but it also kind of makes you look at parenting and how some parents are helicopter parents, or they're trying to make their kids do things that maybe, you know, how some, like I'll say a mother that has their daughter in cheerleading is because she could never be a cheerleader, so she pushes for her daughter to be in cheerleading because she's living through her daughter.
Yeah.
I found a little bit of that in here, but I think that happens in a lot of aspects. But the little boy, he was just that he had that kind heart. And I know that one teacher said, you've got to Kingsley, he's got to, have a certain focus.
You got to have contempt for your opponent.
Yeah, and he wouldn't have that. He was just a kind-hearted kid, and I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that aspect of it, that he didn't have to sell out who he was as a person. To be an awesome player. And I thought it was funny when you saw all those crazy chess players, like the adults, when they were like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs crazy.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of funny. And but that's what I had.
Okay.
Alban?
Okay, I'll go. I like this movie. I always loved this movie. I remember when I first saw it. I think I saw it in the theater first. I laughed when I started watching it because it's like when you watch a movie another time and you pick up on different things. But when I think they showed like under his bed or something like that, and he had Lego chess pieces, and I thought that they were just so cute. That here goes this kid, because he had Legos everywhere anyhow. But to have Lego chess pieces like that, showing how much he liked the game, but he didn't really, uh, you know, uh, look at it like it was such a big thing.
Hmm.
Um, I loved how Ben Kingsley had you know told Josh like, oh, I got this, this special award here, and he would say, okay, well, we're gonna do this on a point system, and he says, yeah, showed him how he had to earn it, which I thought was good, but also on the other side, the there was a time in the movie when you would sit and say, look at the kind of pressure that they're putting on this kid. Look at what the father, did to him. You almost wanted to strangle the father at one point. Remember when he lost that and they're outside in the rain,
Yeah, I love that part.
right? And you just really wanted to strangle the father,
Yeah.
for,
Then the kid says, "Why are you so far away from me?"
right,
Yeah. Oh.
right, yeah, you wanted to kill him.
Mm.
But finally, at least the father came around, and he realized, what he was doing to his son. What else? Uh, when, oh, uh, when the teacher would took the points away from him at that one point, and the look on his face of, like, oh, I didn't know, like, you could take points away from me. I always thought that all I can do is just keep getting points. It was a great movie.
That's when the mom
I,
flips.
I'd always watch this. There was another movie, like I said to Blue last week when she picked this one, was the movie. It came out recently called Porn Sacrifice, about Bobby Fischer, and with that one, at least you see Bobby Fischer, and you see, how he was as a child growing up. So when you put the two of them together, and you see really like how this kid is really how he's really coming up like Bobby Fischer, because Bobby Fischer was from Brooklyn, and and it just shows the whole story. It was a pretty good story. Uh, but I really liked it. Thanks for letting me watch it again, Blue.
Yeah,
Uh, Andrew?
No, is it me? Or
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Roger?
Yeah, you go down.
I think at the beginning of the movie, it was a bit slow for us, and obviously I'm not like a massive or avid chess person, so I was waiting for something to come along and hook us into it, to keep us watching it, because I wasn't like paying attention much when I first started watching it. And then probably the scene where the mother tells the father that he likes to play chess, and the father goes to have a couple of games with him, and he doesn't really want to beat his dad. He just wants to so he lets him win, and then the dad's like, "Oh, no problem. I should have let him win." And the mother's like, "Yeah, you do know. He let you win because he didn't want to beat his dad." So the dad's like, "Right, I'm gonna go make him play his again." So he plays him again. He takes it seriously, but all the while he goes off and does stuff with his sister, and he's just doing stuff he's on the phone to his friends, and he goes back, and that bit I found it was quite fun to see him, like, just how easily he was beating his dad, and how quickly he had picked up this game. Because I think he just randomly finds like a chess piece, doesn't he, in the park, and that's like kind of like that's kind of like signaling here. That's what's taking him to it. He's like, he always has this chess piece that he found. He always has that piece. Like throughout the movie, you see it at different parts. Like when he's like later on in the movie, when his father comes in the bedroom and it's all tidy, and he's going through all the moves and stuff. The kid's going through all the moves and writing it all down. The chess piece is there on the thing, but yeah, as it went on, I started to get into it a bit more, and I realized that even though it's not like it's fast paced and it's nothing like majorly exciting was going on, that I really liked the message that the movie was given. Well, it was given like a few messages, mostly to like parents, like to just let your kids be kids and enjoy doing the stuff they like doing, because like you saw when the father started to take it seriously and started to like get him professional lessons and getting him into tournaments and stuff, that it got to the point where he wasn't enjoying it, so he just lost against that kid in 7 moves, I think he said. And then that's when obviously you're talking about in the rain, when the father was just saying, how could you lose to, like, you're better than that kid. And like that's when you're just sitting there thinking, well, yeah, he's obviously lost because you're putting all this pressure on him, and he doesn't want pressure. He just wants to have fun and play the game. That's why he likes to go to the park and play with Lawrence Fishburne's character, who just does what the kid wants to do and is have fun and play speed chess and do it all fast. And he's like, you don't think about this, just attack us and do all this moving. Like you're playing against me, not against the chess pieces and stuff like that. And that gave him like the fun back. Like after a while, after he started like not enjoying it and he started going back to the park, that gave him the fun back, and he started enjoying the game once again. And that's when you start to learn the stuff like he doesn't want to hate, like when Ben Kingsley's character, who by the way, Ben Kingsley was really good in this. I wasn't sure about his accent. I wasn't sure whether he was trying to be, if he's just been British or if he's been Irish, because there was little bits Irish twang in it, and I couldn't tell what he was trying to do there. But I don't know if it's not just his accent, is it?
I don't know, to be honest.
I don't know what Ben
That's
Kingsley's
his
real
natural
accent is.
Yeah, because he's never his own.
No.
Pretty sure he's
Like when
British.
he was in what was it, Iron Man 3 there, and he was playing the bad guy, and then it turns out his name is Trevor.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was. That was like a little bit like in my mind. I was like, "What's going on with his voice?" But apart from that, I thought his acting was really good in it, and I liked the way. I liked how the kid had 2 different teachers. He had the one that was getting paid for, the professional one who knew every single game that Bobby Fischer had played, and he knew all the moves and stuff. And he was, and like Auburn says, showed him the masterclass certificate and said you get masterclass points to reach it. And I liked how he just had the relaxing, calm Lawrence Fishburne, who just didn't really give a crap about competition and stuff. He just liked playing the game, and that gave the little boy a different outlook on the game. So you had these 2 different outlooks on the game, and then you go to the final match where it looks like he's going to get beat, and then he does. Obviously, Ben Kingsley's character's like, that's it, it's over. And Lawrence Fishburne's character's like, no, it's just wait. He's luring him out, and then he does like a move that Lawrence Fishburne taught him to make the other kid do a certain move, and then that's when Ben Kingsley's character goes, oh wait, he can win. And then he sees that he's only got like 12. That's when the kid concentrates and remembers what Ben Kingsley's character had taught him. And then but because he doesn't want to hate his opponents, and because he doesn't want to be like have contempt for them, he offers the kid to draw the game. He's like, let's just draw the game. We're gonna. But the other lads had such bad teaching that he just like, I felt so bad for that kid as well. The kid he was playing against, like they made him just look like he was evil all the way through, and made him look like he was supposed to be the bad guy. But
every camera shot was him with a bad look on his face.
I wasn't very happy with the kid.
And I'll just come to the end of my review now, because I don't want to take too much away from giving Roger and Shan nothing to talk about. I'm sure Shan's got loads to talk about.
Actually, you guys have covered 99% of the stuff I was going to talk about.
I don't know if it's just me, but I just, for whatever reason, I thought that kid that he played against, I thought that kid was the kid I thought it was Elliot from E.T. I swear to God, I went and Googled it afterwards, but then I remembered, like, this is 1993, this movie. He looks so much like that kid.
Maybe it's his kid.
Yeah, right.
it could have been. But yeah, that's it from me on that.
One thing I was gonna, when you were talking about the two different ways of playing, now the master teacher, Ben Kingsley, was teaching him like you have it's almost like set plays, set things that you do. Whereas Lawrence was teaching him, you play by the feel.
Play your opponent.
Yeah, and you be fluid on how you do and what you do. Don't, hey, I've got move 1 through 10 that I've already got laid out where. So it was a very interesting how they both worked it and how he used both of them. So good things. Roger.
Well, I enjoyed this movie a lot. It's just such a sweet, sweet movie and heartwarming. Like you said, Todd, it's a heartwarming movie. The little boy I don't think he did much after this role, but he was perfect for this role. Just adorable, and he was supposed to be a compassionate child, and compassion came through in the film. So he played the part that he was supposed to play. I don't have much more to add about the movie. It was done very well. You didn't have to be a chess fanatic to understand what was going on at any time. Just like in another one of your movies, Hoosiers, you don't have to be a serious basketball fan to enjoy that movie. It's more about relationships, which is what this show was about. And somebody had said earlier that the dad was kind of a domineering type of person at first, and that is just so dangerous. When I was in high school, a million years ago, I had a friend who was gifted sports-wise, a gifted athlete, and his dad was so horrible to him that by our junior year in high school, he had drove his own son to a mental institution from the pressure that he applied to him. And that guy is still not right to this day from the pressures that his dad put on him to excel in sports. So this could very well be a cautionary tale as well. So great movie. I'm glad to watch it again. Thanks for picking it, Blue. And that's about all I had to say about it.
Yeah, this is in my top 5. This movie, I've always loved it. I love the music in it. The part where he beats his dad, like when he's like, "Did you move that pawn?" And his dad said, "I moved a pawn," and he goes, "Yeah, that one." Like, he knew exactly what was going on without even looking. I love that part. The part, like you guys were saying, when the parents got locked up. And I love William H. Macy and Joe there. They're together, and every time the kid's running to say what's going on, and they're like, looking at each other. And, that part was hilarious. No, he probably sacrificed that on purpose, just Josh, I love Josh. His little bow-legged, giant white sneakers. Like the kid was so cute. Lawrence Fishburne, awesome in this movie. I loved him. I like when the kid offered to have him come move in them. He could have the top bunk. And his mom was like, "Oh my God." I loved it when he beat the guy, what's his name? Tony Shalhoub. When he beats him, when he first goes to enroll him with Ben Kingsley, and then at the very end, after he's beat him, he goes back and he gives him the bag of candy. When the Jonathan's tutor there shows up to get an application for him, I love the part where Ben Kingsley's got his arm around Josh and the other guy's got kind of his arm around the kid, and they're just all staring each other down. That part always gets me. Why are you so far away from me? That part always makes me little. I love the part where Ben Kingsley is basically saying it means nothing, and he's putting down thing after thing of the award that Josh is trying to win, and the mom walks over and she says, "Get out of my house." Like, it was like, oh, I love the mom. Even when she said to the dad, she said, "If you try to break him, I will take him away." So I love everything. You guys mentioned everything else. There's not a part in this movie that I don't love. There's just, the kid was such an awesome actor. Eyes, just the way he looked at when Ben Kingsley finally shows up in the end, at the hotel room, and he tells him he's scared, and then he hugs him, and just to see Ben Kingsley hug him like that was heartbreaking, because it was like he realized, that he was being too hard on the kid. And yeah, you can still teach them, but you don't have to teach them contempt for somebody else. You don't. when he's playing the last chess game with that kid, and he well, first when he loses his queen, and Ben Kingsley's like, yeah, it's over, and Lawrence Fishburne's like, no, it's fine, you know, and then all of a sudden when he takes the other kid's queen, and he's like, there it is, and you're like, you're all proud because it's true, he's playing both styles. And then when he basically in his mind knocks everything off the board and whatever, and I love it, you can hear Ben Kingsley in the background and he's saying, don't move until you see it. And you can hear Josh saying, I can't see it. And he's like, don't move until you see it. And he says it a few times. And then you see Josh look over at that one little pond and he goes, he sees it. It's like, he's got it. And it's like, oh, of that part, it's like, oh. And then that's when he offers the draw because he's just so sweet. And then I love the very, very end of it where his little buddy Morgan, who's lost, and his dad was basically bitching him out and whatever, and they're walking together, and Josh says to him, you want to know a secret? You're a much stronger player than I was at your age. Right there, that scene.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's his arm around him. I mean, a beautiful way to close the movie. And then, of course, you find out that Bobby Fischer came back and won and then buggered off again. And you find out that Josh, being the top player in the U.S. under 18, but that he also plays baseball and and in the summertime he goes fishing. I love this movie. I can't get enough of it. I watch it at least once a year. I'll just stumble across it sometimes and go, oh, okay.
Oh Lord, no.
There's not a part of it I don't like. So okay, that's it for me.
I read a review. I read a review on it afterwards, and there was a comment somebody made. It was about the very ending there where you're talking about with a kid with his friend, and he's like saying, like, do you want to know a secret that you're a better player than what I was at your age? And the father's watching him from the window and smiling. There's a comment, a review I made that made us like think, oh, that's very true of what's actually happened in the movie. Is it's the father was like thinking to himself, like he's watching his son mature into a young man and like becoming like a man that you as a father would want your son to be, like a generous, young, caring man that wants to get like help other people. And that's all this boy wanted to do all the way through the whole movie till the very, very end, which is lovely. And there's a little squirrel in there as well. That's nice.
Yeah, Patty, he did the draw because that's how sweet he is. He didn't want to beat the kid. He wanted to offer him that. I thought that was awesome. That just showed his heart. What kind of kid he was.
You know, I think after watching this and we had the different stuff. You know why I think you really like this?
Why?
Because this has a hint of Star Wars in it. You know that? It does.
What?
It has a hint of Star Wars.
Yeah.
You have the old Jedi's teaching the new Padawan, teaching them the tricks. You know, you had the two warring Jedi's, you know, Obi-Wan and another one, you know, and so they're trying to teach the Padawans the right way, which is the right way to use the force of chessboards. And I think that there was an underlying storyline here. I look into that next time you're watching it, honey.
I think you're nuts.
Star Wars, and you'll be like,
you know what? There was one other scene. Actually, sorry, I just want two other scenes that I really loved. And the first was when he found that chess piece in the beginning, and Lawrence Fishburne offers him a baseball for the chess piece, and then you don't know what happened, and then they go to his room, and his dad is getting him to oil up a new glove, and then he's like, I don't have a ball, and you think the kid's going to get the ball that Lawrence Fishburne gave him, but he doesn't. So you realize that he's kept the chess piece. I loved that part. And there was another part, and now it's gone out of my brain because I'm like nuts. Oh, wait, I know what it was. It's when Josh finally comes back to play in the park again with Lawrence Fishburne, and there's a dude smoking some weed there, and the other guy goes, yeah, put that out. Josh.
The kid's playing.
Yeah, that part was so cute. Like, just the respect they had for this kid, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I got a question, Alban, since you live in New York.
Yeah.
So are there people playing in the park like this? Because I can't imagine that kind of stuff going on.
Yes, it does. Because as a matter of fact, at one time I used to work downtown across from the Trade Center at One Liberty, which was where they had the whole Occupy Wall Street. Out there was like a little park that had it had to have been about maybe 25, 30 chess tables that are out there that are like in Marble
Okay.
out there, and they'd be out there playing all the time, you know. But where this takes place, they're playing at Washington Square, and people play out there also in the city. People are playing all over the place for all kinds of money, for money, you know.
Huh.
Love
Yeah.
that.
That's interesting.
Love that. At first, they make it feel like, you know, like people, you can see drug deals going on, and you know what I mean. No, all on money changing hands. It looks so sketchy, and then it ends up being on Earth.
No,
Well, that Russian
they
guy
play. Yeah.
He was a
snatches that money like, oh, you greasy old bum. Hey, what's up, Eddie?
Fine. Now is everybody down your way?
Good.
I'm doing good.
Hey, you don't have a beer.
Nope, today is just a little bit of Coke.
Okay, good.
Not the kind I get down in New York either. Hey, hold on a second, Eddie. I posted the link to you guys, so it'd be more than welcome. Patty, Octavia, the beach, whoever wants to jump in, grab the link. You can jump in here and tell us what you guys think about
Don't
either
have to
one.
show your face if you don't want to.
Yeah. Yep. So, all right, go ahead, Eddie. Sorry, go ahead. Welcome.
What do you want me to talk? Which movie you want to talk about first?
Hancock.
One or yeah. We'll start. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, Hancock. Okay, I gotta say, the best part of this movie is the musical score, because the musical score, most of the music that started off with is all blues. They had John Lee Hooker in there. They had J.J. Cale. The movie itself, I really liked. I didn't think I'd really like it because I'm not into these, immortal superheroes.
Mhm.
But it got to me after a while. You know, when Will Smith is, he was drinking a lot, okay, but when his powers came to true, he tried to protect everybody, but he was always running back to the bottle. And I noticed every time he had to go to the bottle, let's say he had to take some booze from somewhere, he'd always take 2 bottles. He'd never take 1. He'd take 2.
2 fifths. 2
Yeah.
2 candles.
2 Pac-Man.
2 fifths a drinker.
Yep.
All double fisting.
Charlize Theron, I found her very good because that wasn't the accent she had in the movies. That's not a real accent. She's
South African.
She's South African, and she did a very good interpretation of an American accent.
Yeah, she's perfect at that. Yeah.
It was good. And what's his name in Ozark?
Jason Bateman.
Jason Bateman. I loved his hair. His hair really turned me on.
Jason Bateman.
But it's not the same thing as Ozark, but it was just as good. What else? No, it was a good movie. It was. I didn't really expect as much as I did get from this movie, but I liked the comedy. It was real funny, and yeah, it was good. That's it.
Okay, now searching for Bobby Fischer.
Okay, Bobby Fischer. Now we're talking. Bobby Fischer, I loved it. First of all, because I played chess when I was younger, and what I really liked about it is the way.
Hold on 1 second. DeBeach, you're echoing like crazy there, dude. So maybe mute till Eddie's done.
Yeah, that or take a look in your mic, edit your mic settings, and make sure to turn on that echo reduce or eliminate. You might want to check that. So, all right, go ahead, Eddie.
Okay, Bobby Fischer, what I really liked about it, the boy himself, he reminds me of a savant. The way he acted, he was like a savant. Mm-hmm. He could just look at the game, and he could turn away and play with toys, and he'd come back and play the game. His mind was like...
That was awesome.
Was fixed, and I say he didn't really have to talk. Everything was done just by looking at his eyes. His eyes told everything. When he look, remember he's sitting down. All of a sudden he's looking to one side, comes back, then he looks to the side again. He didn't have to say a word. Everything was sitting there. Lawrence Fishburne, I found him very good in this movie. This he told him, in other words, I think it was you, Blue, that said, you have to play how you feel, or you have to play the person. You don't have to, it's not like a book. You have to play it like his teacher was telling him. You have to do it this way, this way, this way. Okay, that's good. But to play the game, I think he really learned more from Lawrence Fishburne than he got from his teacher. What was it? The boy at the end, when he was playing the boy at the end, he was so fixated on the game. He wasn't, because I think he was worried about his parents more than playing the game. Like the idea of having all of the parents in a cage away from the kids is a very good idea, because if you are like, I'm a parent, my kids played hockey, so I know what it's like. You say, you go to a game and you try to, enforce your kids and everything like that. Where these people, the child has to concentrate on the game, and all the parents are away. Okay, once in a while, somebody would come and tell them what moves are being made. But the parents had too much pressure on these kids. The kids had to concentrate on the game, play the person, win or lose.
That was actually one of the funniest parts of the movie too, is that you see the guy and he's like giving out all these rules. He's like, you can't gesture, you can't do this, you can't. You think he's talking to the kids, and then you realize he's talking to the parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, kids in a hockey game, there's more action in the stands than there is on the ice,
Always. Parents getting booted out all the time.
Well, even I had kids in baseball, it was the same way. It was even worse. We didn't even fight. Okay, I had it. That's a good. I love the Bobby Fischer. Okay.
Awesome. The Beach.
Hancock.
Hancock, it was good. It's one of those movies I haven't seen in a while, and to me, it still holds up. And I like stupid humor, and the best part is when Hancock goes to jail. It just cracks me up. I'm going to shove his head up your ass, and then he doesn't, and they show it. So, to me, that's one of the best. The other thing I liked is I'm a fan of the Showtime series Ray Donovan.
Oh yeah.
So to see the bank robber Red, who was in Donovan, who always played with Parkinson's, it's different. It's nice to see him in in another role.
Eddie Marson.
Where he's not acting like he has Parkinson's disease. But
he's British, actually.
He's British,
and a really underrated good actor.
Yeah, he's always good.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that show was underrated. I was a fan of it, and I think how they ended it just.
It was sad, The Beach. It was sad how they ended that one.
Yeah, but anyways, I still like it. I probably haven't seen it in 10 years, but I still enjoyed it. Like I said when I first got on, it sucks that I like both of these movies because there's nothing for me to complain about. And then Searching Bobby Fischer, that's probably a movie I probably haven't seen in 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
And it was one of those, if you started watching the movie, then it started coming back. I started to remember the scenes, but the part with the dad pushing him was totally relatable to my childhood, being pushed in certain sports and stuff. I mean, it got to the point when I was in Little League, I banned my parents from coming to my ball games. I was like, you're not coming. So, and then, like I said, it's just weird how in real life he lost the love of playing chess and then took up competitive martial arts. So, yeah, it's a good movie. It's a good movie.
Right on.
Both are great picks.
Well, thank you.
There's excuse me, the beach. I had a preview of, this movie before because I was watching The Queen's Gambit, where a girl's playing instead of a boy. But the girls, the way she played and the way the boy played are two different things altogether. that's something you should see. The Queen's Gambit.
I'm gonna check it out for sure, Eddie.
I'll take a watch.
You know, when I heard Eddie said, "Well, you know why I like this movie?" You know what I was waiting for him to say? Because my kids worked on it. I was waiting for him to say that. When he says, "You know why I like this?" I was waiting for him to say, "Oh man,
They're
His
working
kids
on a
are way too
remake.
young for that. But
But I will agree with Andrew about Ben Kingsley's accent. I don't know, because I mean, the guy in real life was an American. So
I thought he was British.
the guy was.
Oh, the guy who he played.
Yeah, the guy.
which is weird. They didn't have Ben Kingsley do an American accent because he can.
Right, and I mean, it's one of the with certain movies, I like to pull them up, Wikipedia, read about them, you know, just get more information. So when we had discussion, so I mean, I read that happen. Then you watch a film, and like I said, his accent, which I think was Irish, but the guy in real life was an American. So I was like,
Yeah, weird.
yeah, artistic license, I guess.
Yeah. Which I don't get it because Ben Kingsley could have pulled that off easily.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like I read something about years ago when they did Shrek. Originally, Mike Myers didn't do it in a Scottish accent.
Yeah.
They got a bunch of the film, and he said, "No, I want to redo it. Let me do it with the Scottish accent." I couldn't imagine watching Shrek with another voice.
Oh my God, that reminds me of Mike Myers. Do you guys ever see So I Married an Axe Murderer?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
he's playing his dad, his Scottish dad. Oh my God. Love that.
so I like them both.
Good. Todd?
I'm sorry, I was looking up. I saw one. We had another question that was not related to Player Pass by Death Proof. And Death Proof, there is a 1.0.4 version that is out. I don't know if it's going to deal with that issue. Hit me up on Twitter, and I will send that over to Turks. Maybe he can get that looked at. But hit me up on Friday
Come back
when
Friday.
we talk about more tech stuff. Not to be rude, but trying to stay in our wheelhouse. But hit me up on Twitter, and I'll try to handle.
Can I just say one thing too? I was just looking this up there. Bruce Pandolfini, who Ben Kingsley played, apparently was a chess consultant to the author that made Queen's Gambit.
Oh,
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm.
I thought
Okay.
that was cool.
All right, so we've pretty much rolled through everybody. We'll go ahead and we'll go through the panel. We'll do Player Pass on this movie, on both movies. And we'll also ask you on the side chat, you guys put in there Player Pass for the movies. We'll start with we'll do one at a time, and then that'll give everybody chance to write down there. Also in the Telegram group, they have a poll. Is that set up, Alban?
yeah, it's already set up.
All right, so if you join the Telegram group, you can also vote in there. So hopefully the votes are somewhat closer to what we see here to what we see there, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Some sneaky votes going on.
Mhm.
So you guys, we're going to talk. We'll do Hancock first. So what did you think about Player Pass on Hancock? DeBeach, you're at the bottom for me. So DeBeach,
Play.
Player Pass?
Play.
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 All right. Andrew. For Hancock.
I've had one of those moments. I've had one of those moments that we have on this show where your opinion changes. So it's a play.
Wow. Wow.
I did not see that coming.
Okay. Roger.
Play for me.
Play. Awesome. Eddie.
Hancock's a play for me. A super play for the musical score.
Yeah. Super play. All right. Alban.
Play
Play. All right, Miss Blue.
It's a play for me.
Blue and I'm gonna give it a play. I liked it, even if it had some not such great storyline writing. But looking, I see Octavia has play for both. We'll see about what other people's votes are on that. So we got that going on. You can also vote in the Telegram group. And for Searching for Bobby Fischer, I'll start at the top with me, and we'll go our ways down. So I'll give it a play for me. Good heartwarming story. So, some people that don't like dramas, because some people don't like dramas, but for some reason they pick dramas.
I like feel-good movies. I don't like a drama that's depressing. This wasn't depressing.
Okay, so you're gonna give that a play.
I'm giving it a double thumbs up
Oh,
for my own movie.
Alvin, what you got, bud?
To play for me.
Play, all right.
But go out and watch that other movie.
Yes, I'll get right on it after I'm done with Queen's Gambit.
Yeah.
Queen's Gambit is not a movie; it's a miniseries.
Yeah.
No, not the Queen's Gambit.
No, his Pawn.
The Pawn Sacrifice.
Oh,
Pawn Sacrifice with Tobey Maguire.
Okay.
I'm gonna watch that after I watch the Queen's Gambit.
Okay.
Yeah, this is gonna become a whole different show.
We're down to Eddie, eh? Eddie? Oh, you.
Super play for In Search of Bobby Fischer.
All right.
Like
All right, Roger.
Play for me for sure. Great movie. Thanks, Blue.
All right, Andrew.
I've had one of those moments in the show where your opinion. It's a play. It's always a play.
Crazy. All right, the beach.
Play.
Having a play. So we got that. Going through the side. Side chat over here. Yeah, side chat. Canuck Gal. Play. Patty D. Play for Hancock. Daldum. I like the thumbs up for Hancock. Bobby Fischer. 2 thumbs up. Look at there. And a heart. Play for Bobby. Play. Okay. So nice. Okay. So we got. Looks like both these movies did well for everybody. Everyone liked them. So if you've not watched those movies, suggest you both. If you've not seen both these movies are highly endorsed by Play or Pass. So
my next movie is going to be a controversial. Well, not controversial in its content, but I have a feeling it's going to be. Most people are going to hate it, but I love it. So I'm going to throw it out there next time. Okay, so who's up now? We have Andrew and Aubin. And just so you guys know, DeBeach, you're at 3 now. So if you come next week, you'll be at 4. And Eddie, you're at 2 now. And Roger's at 0.
So next week is the beach?
Well, it'd be.
No, he's got to get to 4, and then the following.
Okay.
Then you get put in the list. And that's so we can keep you guys coming back. And look at Death Proof. Hey, Death Proof, no problem about you asking questions, but we're just trying to keep everything on a flow here. But we'll talk later. Thanks for joining the show, Naskin. Let's see. So Andrew, do you want to pick first?
Let Andrew pick first.
Okay.
This way I know which movie I should go for.
Oh.
No, because I have 3 different movies that I was trying to figure in my head. But I'm worried that Andrew might pick one of them.
I feel like every time it's Andrew's time to pick a movie, that people are now picking movies around Andrew. Like Roger was like, I think he was upset he had to pick with me. He wanted to pick with Andrew.
It's bad when he's. I mean, you got to think about this. Everybody they got their eye on Andrew. Yeah. I mean, they're eyeballing him because they're nervous of his picks.
Well, no, you don't understand. I'm trying to come out of that hole, so that's why I'm being wary.
Sometimes I get halfway up the hole and then I fall right back down.
That's what happened to me. I fell down. I don't want to fall down again.
Alrighty, what you got?
I had about 3 or 4 movies, but I've decided to go with oh shit, I forgot what it was called. A Quiet Place.
Oh,
okay.
Okay, that's a newer movie.
That's a good one.
A little bit scary.
Uh-huh.
So I will share this just so you guys can see a picture. 2018 current movie or a recent movie, so we're not going way far back. So this is your pick, am I right?
Yeah, husband and wife duo. I think he made it, didn't he? John Krasinski?
Yeah.
Office.
Yeah,
directed it.
They're making it 2 right now, too.
Chuck.
And his wife's in it.
Yeah, Emily Blunt. She's pretty.
That's his real wife?
Yeah, they're married in real life.
Oh yeah.
He played a
Yeah.
fantastic Jack Ryan,
Yeah, he did.
which is weird because you see him as funny, goofy, whatever. And so that was the first serious thing I ever saw him in. I was like, "Whoa, the dude's
He
hot."
did something else too that was pretty serious.
He did. What was that one there? It wasn't Zero Dark 30. It was the other one there,
did
the
that-
Benghazi one.
Yeah, the other woman there. Yeah.
That movie was crap, though.
Yeah.
Okay,
Jack Ryan. All right.
cool.
So got
Robin?
that.
Okay. I'm gonna go with something from '94. A movie called Fresh.
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 Never heard of it.
1994. All right.
Bill
All right.
Jackson?
Hold on a minute. All
Samuel L.
right.
Jackson?
Yeah, Sam Jackson's in it.
Ah,
My pop list.
not seen this one before.
You haven't seen it?
No.
Oh, good.
Me neither.
Good. Great. I'm glad to pick out movies like this that you guys haven't seen. Anyone out on the side have seen it? Out on the chat have seen it?
I have not seen this one.
You've never seen it, Roger? I'm shocked.
Nope.
Now I'm really nervous, guys.
Hey, honey.
It's got Sam Jackson in. What? There's nothing to be nervous about.
Yeah. And I mean, look,
Yeah.
you got it's got a lot of the art.
Sam Jackson was going to be an extra in Child 44. Okay, just so you know.
Yeah, but he wised up.
It probably was. And everything.
He's like, nah.
Yes, even when Sam Jackson turns it down, you know it's not a good movie. He's like in everything.
Interesting. Okay.
This one he was really good in. You know, he didn't have that much of a big part in it, but he did. But it wasn't him. It's more the kid. You know, and
So we got one person that says they've seen it.
okay, good.
Jim says he's seen it.
Good. Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, right.
Well,
Interesting.
that time, 94, I was working about 80 hours a week, busting my ass, trying to get my business off the ground. So
Yeah, that
okay.
he's busy, man.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I don't know. I had kids and all kinds of stuff going on. I don't know.
Okay.
I was at school.
And Andrew, you were still a baby, right?
When? 94.
Andrew was still a baby or not?
I was in school.
You were in school? Okay.
So we got that. So we got those two things. So not bad. Got A Quiet Place, which is I wouldn't even say it's a horror. It's a little bit. And then the Fresh. I want to say The Fresh because when it's funny when I went to IMDb and I'm punching in Fresh, it says Fresh Prince of Bel Air. I'm like, no.
Hey, to get away from it, Will Smith was the executive producer of Hancock. Eh?
yeah,
Okay.
yep.
Yeah, he was the executive producer for probably the first part of it.
And
Well,
he
yeah,
is also
is it-
the he's the executive producer of Cobra Kai.
Cobra
You know
Kai?
that?
I heard he got canceled.
No, it's season 4
Come on.
is coming.
Oh,
That's
I
not
thought I
getting
had
cancelled.
read somewhere that
It's like
I
71 million people's watched it.
I
They're
don't know.
not
I heard it was
cancelling
getting
that.
canceled.
I couldn't get into that.
Yeah.
I watched a couple of episodes, couldn't get into it.
It's hard.
Oh,
It's
God.
hard to get into, but I love the writing for Johnny's character.
I
He's
love
got
it.
the best writing out there right now. It's
I
hilarious.
love it, me.
Okay, so we got that. Before we're at an hour and 15 minutes. Nobody else has joined. Any other TV shows that any of the panel would like to suggest? TV shows or movies that you would suggest out to some
The
folks?
Queen's Gambit. The Queen's Gambit.
Queen's Gambit. Now that it was since we just watched a
I
chess movie.
My partner's been watching that what's it called, Bridgington or something, or Bridge.
Yeah,
I
Bridget.
don't know how
Bridgerton.
you pronounce it.
Yeah, Bridgerton.
Yeah,
They say
Yeah.
it's
never
supposed to
watched
be-
it, but
they say it's supposed to be better. it's supposed to be better than Downtown Abbey. That's what they're
Oh
saying.
wow, are they?
Well, because it
Yeah.
has some sex in it. It did have some
I'd
pretty
watch it for the courses
decent.
and sex.
And you
decent.
said this is Bridgerton?
Bridgerton.
Bridgerton. Yeah, it's
Okay.
one word,
Bridgerton.
Bridgerton.
It come out,
Netflix.
they said they
It's
were
on
posting
Netflix.
sex scenes on Pornhub. So I was like, wow, it might be worth giving it a look.
Oh, maybe I'll catch it on there. Then.
It
I haven't
had
seen it
some
on Netflix,
potential.
so I might catch it on Pornhub.
Well,
The best parts. Yeah, it's an interesting. I think Blue and I watched about 4 or 5 episodes when she was here, but I haven't watched it since she left.
Well,
So-
I think after the third episode or the fourth episode, they announced that they were going to make a season 2.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I can see where some people really dig it. I can see that. I thought it was all right.
I binge watched Titans this weekend, which was pretty good, really. If you guys are comic book people, it's a DC universe
Mm-hmm.
show. Pretty good. It's definitely not for kids.
Oh, you know they said what I heard is coming back. It's the Punisher.
I hope so.
Yeah, they're bringing it back with the same guy who did the
What's that
the
guy's name?
Netflix one, Bernhal.
Yeah.
John Bernhal, whatever.
John Bernhal. Yeah.
Yeah, that's coming back.
Roger,
Hey.
just so you know, I love Titans.
Yeah, it's really good, and it just got picked up by HBO Max for the 3rd season, so
Oh,
it's
good.
only going to get better.
Yeah.
There's a TV show that came out on Netflix, and what I find it funny is because it's a French movie. It's all in French, and it seems like it's very, very popular. It's called Lupin, Lupin.
Yeah, it's a series.
What is that? A fox in French?
Yeah,
Or a
Yeah.
wolf? Might be
You know, Wolf is I don't know.
Yeah. So it is Lupin. Is that a fox? Yeah.
No, Lupin. I don't know what it is in English.
Is that a rabbit?
No, it's the name of a person. It's
No,
Arsène Lupin. That's the name of a person.
I know, but isn't Lupin? It's an animal in French. I just can't remember which one.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's supposed to be like he's the French cross between like Robin Hood and
Yes.
Sherlock Holmes.
I've
Yeah,
seen that guy before too. He's quite popular.
Yeah, but he's a French actor, right?
Mhm.
But what I find it funny is because they announced a French movie on an English Netflix.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
have
Well,
all
but
kinds of-
Netflix buys TV series from all over the world.
No,
Just
I
because they're-
understand. But
They've
They
got
do that.
like
tons
in
of
Canada,
tons of Chinese too.
yeah, but like I'm saying, like in Quebec where I live, you have a French Netflix and you have an English Netflix.
Oh,
Mhm.
But the Lupin is on the English Netflix.
Oh,
I didn't know. There
I've
was
seen I've seen some posters like it trending. It's a trending show.
Yeah.
A couple of other shows I saw people post on this side. Big Sky, which I've thought about watching. It reminded me. I wondered if it was a little bit like Yellowstone because I love some Yellowstone. I don't know if it's any of you guys watch Big Sky. I saw a couple people on the
I
side.
have it on my list to watch it, but I think it's more about was it either some type of drug thing or that they're taking people. I can't remember now. I didn't watch it yet, but I've been hearing that it's pretty good.
Yeah, I've been seeing it previews, and I saw a few people over there mentioned it. So I thought about it. I don't know, just something made me think of Yellowstone because that's coming out soon. The next season of that should be coming out.
Is that the
I know
second
the
season?
guy.
I think it's I think we're at third season with Yellowstone.
Oh, is that it?
I know the guy from Supernatural. Is got one coming out called Walker.
Oh, yeah.
Is that a remake of Walker, Texas Ranger?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
grabbed
it's
it
a
on-
Jared. Yeah, he's from Supernatural. I like him. I don't know. I've never watched
Which
Walker,
guy is
Texas
it?
Ranger though, so I don't know. He plays Sam in
Oh.
the
Jared
Supernatural.
Padalecki.
Yeah, Jared. Yeah, I couldn't pronounce his second name.
And then Jensen Ackles is going to be in The Boys, season 3.
Okay.
which would be really cool.
Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have any of you watched A Teacher with
I seen the
Kate
previews
Mara?
for that.
With Kate
Yeah, it's
Mara?
where she has an affair
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
one of her
a
students.
student. Yeah, that was pretty good.
I won't be
Oh.
watching.
If it,
Yeah,
If
if you
it
like
doesn't
Kate
have-
Mara.
Was that on porn?
That-
It might be. I bet you
Yeah.
if you do a little search on there, I bet
Yeah,
teacher will have
some
some.
pop up.
I bet
Yeah.
you'll get some
It's really got
hits.
the inspiration.
If you want to see a good,
No, they'll get some hits, all right.
if you want to see a good cop movie, is the third season just came out about a week ago. It's called Bulletproof. It's about two cops in London. It's something similar to, the gangs of London.
Gangs of London.
Yeah, gangs.
Yeah, but these are two cops. They're running after the gangs of London.
Mm.
It's good. It's in the
I
third
did
se-
enjoy. I
Beg
did
pardon?
enjoy Gang of London. It's just a little violent, so
Yeah, well, they're coming out with a
I
season
like
two.
violent.
yeah,
Season 2 of Gang of London's coming out.
yeah. You just gotta. It does. It's it's not for the squeamish. It does have some pretty violent scenes, so
Yeah.
you're warned. But it's
Mhm.
Vikings season 6.
Well,
I know.
season 6, they've added other episodes, I think.
Yeah. It's like they did. It was like a mid break.
They're making a
Right.
spin-off of that, eh?
Yeah, Valhalla. They call it Valhalla.
Yeah, I haven't finished. I'm all the way to the end of. This latest drop of Vikings I haven't watched, but I was all the way up till there on that. I don't know. Early seasons of that was good. The later seasons were okay, and I only kept it going because I was like, I'm already watching it.
Mhm.
So it's like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna trudge through it. But
Mhm.
the first 3 seasons of that, I really enjoyed the Vikings. The early seasons were, they were just.
Most of that was filmed in Canada, eh? In Newfoundland.
They're filming everything up there. Must
Yeah.
be cheap.
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I keep my kids working.
And then it looks they can make it look desolate.
You know what's funny is we get in my town we get all the Hallmark movies. Nothing to be proud of there.
Any of you watched The Undoing?
No.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've seen it.
I like that one.
Yeah, that was good.
It was a little bit twisty near the end.
Yeah.
It kind of twists you up a little bit. That last episode was like,
Yep.
what?
Has,
Not
it-
where I was thinking it was going to go.
has anyone watched the new Tom Hanks movie?
No.
No.
I almost picked that last week. But
A
The
coworker
New
said
World?
that he watched it, and
News
he
of the
said
World.
that
News of the
he said that it's a little bit slow. He says not bad movie. He says just a little slow, and because it's set and like
It's a Western.
Yeah, he says set way back.
Yeah.
And he says it's just slow, and he said it wasn't what he was thinking it was going to be. But he said, but not a bad movie. And he said it was all right. So
Another one.
everyone's been telling me Big Skies about kidnappers and
Kidnappers. Okay.
human trafficking. So
Yeah, that
hey,
was the
human
word I was looking
trafficking's
for.
real. Okay,
Yeah.
I won't be watching that then.
human trafficking's real.
If it doesn't have aliens, superheroes, dragons, I'm probably not going to watch it.
Me too.
Yeah.
Unless you're forced to on this
Right.
show. On this show.
Well, the HBO was talking about making a Harry Potter series on HBO Max.
That'd be cool. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I can't
Harry
wait for the
Potter.
Lord of the Rings one.
Could never get into Harry Potter stuff. That's for like my kids
neither.
watch.
I still watch them, and I'll do I'll marathon all 8 of them.
I've never watched any of them.
Oh, they're fantastic.
Oh, they're great movies.
I hear-
Bobby, you
I-
gotta
I
watch
hear-
them.
I know, I hear that, and
No,
I
they're not
actually
great.
have them all on my server, but
They're not great.
nothing is. I've never gotten to the point yet where I'm saying, okay, I'm gonna watch it now.
Never that bored.
I just
You know
I
what?
just
You know
can't
what's
do
neat
it.
about it? What's neat about it is it reminds me of the way it was with Lord of the Rings. How Tolkien wrote The Hobbit first when his kids were younger, so it's like a
Mhm.
lighter feel to it. And then he wrote Lord of the Rings when they were older. It's the
Right.
same thing with Harry Potter. It starts out, it feels quite lighthearted, but it gets darker and darker every single movie.
Yeah.
But you guys know how I feel about Harry Potter. There, look what you guys put me through with those other movies. With his guns akimbo. With I still have
Ruined it.
nightmares. I still have
I
nightmares.
like that movie.
I know.
Yeah, but it was
It
stupid.
wasn't too bad.
That had so many plot holes
It was
in that
stupid
thing.
fun.
Oh my God! Sometimes entertainment is just entertainment. That's it. It doesn't have to make sense. It's just
Yeah,
was
there were
that
so
fun?
many things that
Yeah,
didn't make sense in that movie. We can go back and rewatch that.
No.
was better
I mean,
than
there was-
You really need to. You need to read the books, Harry Potter.
I read them.
Are they on audiobooks?
I've got them.
Yeah, of course they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe if they're audiobooks.
Everything
The
is.
audio.
I only do audiobooks.
Did
counts.
anybody watch the movie? It's called Outside the Wire.
Yeah, with Anthony Mackie.
Yeah. Did you
I haven't
like
seen it
it?
yet. I haven't.
I
I
gave it a
couldn't
6.
I
I gave it a
couldn't-
6.
I couldn't finish it.
It was. I mean, it was all right. I mean, I've definitely seen worse. I mean, I thought the ending was a little stupid, but I thought, all right, okay, but yeah, I give it a 6. So I mean, if you're super bored and nothing else to watch, is it horrible? No. Are you gonna want your time back? I don't think so. I mean, it's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a lot of. I would not suggest that as a player pass for us. There are so many issues that you can pick apart in that movie, but you just sit and watch it. Okay, I liked some of the special effects. I did like it when he took his shirt off. You see part of him, and I thought that stuff was kind of neat, sci-fi.
Like the Sasquatch on $6 Million Man.
Kinda. It's like
Yeah,
looking
like
through his
robot
head.
dinner.
Yeah, where you can like look through his eye. WandaVision. What do you got? I have not watched
I haven't
WandaVision.
watched it yet.
Love it, freaking love it.
I've not.
I love it too. It's awesome.
I've been meaning to watch it.
So I can binge it.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
so-
holding off.
It is so different and weird and quirky. It works.
Yeah, and there's so many Easter eggs thrown in every
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
It's not a one watch deal. You're gonna have to watch it twice.
Okay.
Yeah, and see, Roger. Yeah, Patty wants to know, what did you think? She trusts your judgment on that, Roger.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
It's not typical Marvel.
No, I can't wait for the next one. I'm not.
Yeah.
I haven't been excited about a show. Well, Mandalorian. Mandalorian is one of those ones where every week I'm like, oh, I want the next one.
Yeah, I can't wait for next week. Next week is when the
I am
shit starts hitting the road.
I am looking forward to the Obi-Wan.
Oh yeah, that'll be cool.
Yeah, I can't wait for that either, Andrew.
On January 29th, I think they got a
And,
movie coming. Excuse me, Andrew?
Go ahead. Go
Oh,
ahead. Ed.
sorry, I'd have to wait. I have to wait because there's a lag when I talk.
I know.
3,500 miles.
All right, go ahead, Andrew.
I was just gonna say there's the one with is it a soldier and Falcon,
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
whatever
Yeah.
whatever it's called.
There are like
Yeah,
12.
I'm looking forward to that one as well.
Yeah, there's like, oh, Andrew. It's also cool too. Like on Disney Plus, they have a thing that's called Legends. Check that out as well.
Legend.
Eddie, you had one other thing. You had something you were going to
Yeah,
say.
this week I think there's a movie coming out with Denzel Washington. It's called The Little Things.
Looks
It comes
awesome.
out- Have you seen it?
No, I haven't watched it yet. It's not out yet, I don't believe. I think
It comes out on the 29th of January, I think.
yeah, this weekend. But yeah, it looks awesome.
And anybody watch One Night in Miami?
No.
No, I didn't watch it yet.
No.
Is this coming from the guy who's got homework all the time or whatever from the wife?
Oh, he's in detention.
I know, always in
Every single-
detention.
Oh,
I'm
he's in
always in detention. That's what I do in detention. Crib notes.
All right, we're going to go ahead and roll out of here. So we've kind of filled in with some stuff, giving you guys some things to think about, some TV shows or some movies you might want to check out. Yeah,
I'm sorry, one more. The Good Lord Bird. I think it was a Showtime maybe,
Yeah.
or
Save it for your picks, Aubin. Save it for your
no,
picks.
No.
that's a TV show.
It's a
Blue.
TV show.
It's a TV show.
That's a good show.
Yeah, if anyone is like into slave trading and
God,
it was really good. It was really good.
more lighthearted stuff.
Yeah, always.
Hmm.
You know me.
Oh,
Listen,
All right.
Blue, I was nice again this week compared to what I had that I was going to throw out. And I
God.
said, I'll be nice.
You're trying to kill me.
I said I'd be nice.
Well, thank
Right.
you for that.
You're welcome.
We'll start with DeBeach. Anything you want to say before we roll out, bud?
Hopefully I don't like one of the movies next week. So.
Good. Tear it up. All right. Andrew, anything you want to say before you go? Oh, no, zip. Ain't nothing to say. Roger.
Well, thanks for having me on. Good movies this week, and I'm looking two movies that I have not seen for next week, so that's always interesting. So, good job, fellas.
Eddie.
Yeah, I had a good show tonight. A good laugh and a lot of good opinions on all the movies. Let's say we get the same for next week, and keep safe.
Yes. Aubin.
All right. Thanks so much for everyone coming out. Sorry for everyone out in the chat that I didn't, say much out there to you. I went back and read everyone. I miss you guys, and I promise I'll chat next time. I was just so busy trying to do a bunch of other things over here today. I'm not like I can't do two things at once. I'm an old man. I'm retired. I don't have to do more than one thing at a time.
Yeah.
Thanks
Yeah,
so
rub
much.
it in. Rub it in.
And we'll see you all. See you Friday. Actually, don't
Yeah,
forget about Friday. We got a show.
Yep.
All right.
Miss Blue.
See ya.
Okay. Nice. Thanks again for everyone joining. Thanks for you guys joining on the side chat, and like, share, subscribe, all that stuff like that. We really love to see more people on the side chat that watching the movies, telling us what you think, giving us suggestions. Sometimes it's fun. Come on the show. You can be like DeBeach. You don't have to, or Roger. You don't have to show who you are. You just come on with an icon, say what you want to say, and you can roll out. But it just makes it a little bit easier to articulate what you're trying to say a little bit better than sometimes on chat. And Aubin, I understand I can't do two things at once. Sometimes you guys see when I'm trying to open up two different windows and stop and talk, and I'm like, I tried giving some of it to Blue. She won't take the responsibility. So,
intentions.
Yeah. She's like, no. You're good. I wanted to take
you're the YouTube personality. I'm not.
Look at. She says, "Yeah, I tried to do the IMDb when the show first started. You didn't let me. So now you got it forever.
Now you got to suffer."
That's right. So Friday we'll have our show Friday. Streaming Matters, probably some build stuff talking. We're going to talk about some add-ons. Lots of discussion going on about add-ons and TVDB and all the people freaking out about that. Quit getting all excited.
You going to talk about that on Friday?
Yeah, we're going to talk about that on Friday. We'll talk about that on Friday.
TMDB will just pick up the slack.
Yeah. And there's some things going to have to change. Some add-ons are going to have to make some changes. So we'll talk about that Friday. So we'll get into all of our tech nerd talk on Friday. Next week, A Quiet Place and Fresh, which was 1994, Aubin? Is that right?
1994. Yeah.
Okay. So
a bad year for me. My mother passed away.
Oh, sorry to hear that. Dang. All right, so we got that going, folks.
Actually, and sorry, Eddie, but that was a great year for me. It was the year before I had my kid.
The year before. Yeah, the year before she had her kid.
Yeah. That's when I was out partying and stuff.
Can you explain what 1995 was?
A good fun time.
Andrew was 10.
That's freaky.
Oh, yeah. So thanks for everyone joining, and we will see you on the next show, Quiet Place next week and fresh. And we'll see you Friday. The next thing,
Bye,
play or
everyone.
pass.